Alright guys, I'm gonna show you the Aberration Biome, and we are going towards one of the entrances here, but be aware that you cannot take any flyers in there, and I will show you here. Let me get close, and boom, I'm right off. So as you see, I just got bumped right off. Oh goodness. But luckily, I have my tech gear on, and but if you don't, then yeah, you would be in trouble, because even if you called your bird, it would follow you, but you wouldn't be able to get on it. In fact, right here, I cannot get on it. I can try all I want, so I'm gonna have to pull it away from here. So just be aware, because if you're just kind of flying by and checking the area out, this might happen to you. So yeah, we are gonna have to move away from this area. And let's go ahead and call it. There we go. And it looks like I'm having a little trouble right here. Okay, let me see if I can get on it from there. I'm just surprised that it took me a little bit to get bumped off. Okay, here we go. Alright. Yeah, so the area is... it can reach way up here, so... I'm gonna get bumped off again, and then I'll go ahead and go in with just my... my gear that I have on. There we go. And it should be fine there, because I don't think that anything will be able to get it as long as it stays flying. But there you go. This is what it looks like. So if you see a lake and you see a whole bunch of waterfalls going down in one little section, this is the entrance. So now we have to find the little area. When you come down here, it could be a little confusing at first, because if you could see here, you can't really see the area where you go down. So I'm gonna show you the whole area, and then I'm gonna show you what you need to look for, as you can see. So at first it's not gonna look like this is the way to go down, but what you need to do is you need to go this way. And even though there's this rim there, see, I had to fly up like this, but this is where it's at. So don't get discouraged, just know what it looks like. But now let's go ahead and go down, and I will give you the little tour and some of the things that you need to know. I'm sure that you all have played Aberration, so you know what to expect. But they did say that they may add the, that radiation at the very bottom part, or they may not. But I'm here to tell you that they did add it. I guess they weren't very sure. And I had a friend that was telling me that that it was not on, but he forgot that he was on GCM. So I will show you what happens if you're in GCM and what happens when you're not. But as you can see, pretty much the same type of dinos that we saw on Aberration are here. Although I have not seen any Reapers. And of course there aren't any Drakes. So that's not going to help you at all. And so that makes this a little tougher area, because we don't have any way to really get around nice and quick. Unless you bring down those new dinos that look like raptors with feathers. You'll be able to kind of get around with those. They're not as good as the Drakes, obviously, but beggars can't be choosers. But as you can see, I mean, it looks really nice. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to building down here. And I'm not moving very well, because it looks like I must have double tapped. And as you can see, I'm having all kinds of troubles here. But if this happens to you, that's why. And I'm even having troubles going forwards, which I don't really know why this is happening, to be honest. Unless it's just some kind of glitch. There we go. Did that help? Did that? That's still not... Okay, there we go. Phew. I guess sometimes that happens. But this looks like a smaller version of Aberration. These rings look smaller to me. But they may not be, but they do look like they're much smaller. But no, actually they are much smaller because I remember going up on those rings. But the biome itself, I don't think it's really all that big. It's really easy and quick to get around here. It's definitely, I think, it looks to me like it's smaller than the one on Extinction even. But we do have a little tiny area that is like a little swampy. I haven't found any beaver spawns down here. But now I am gonna see if I can find the area that'll take us down. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Because I see the yellow bubbles. That's what tells me that that's a way to go down. And also this ring, metal ring or half ring. And as you can see, I'm gonna go in there. First, let me show you the chords here. Let me get a better 36.4 by 64.8. But I'm gonna go in using GCM. So hopefully this will help some of my buddies that are going doing this. I'm not gonna name any names, but you know who you are. So stop it. And as you can see, nothing's really bothering me because you're more or less kind of like in God mode. So, well, actually you are in God mode. So as you can see, this looks familiar. It's like a smaller version of Aberration, what was that? The vertebrae looking thing. But we're way in here. I'm gonna jump in here and then I'm gonna take off GCM. Okay, you will hear like something breaks, but that's just me taking off GCM. So I don't know that they have done the part where it destroys your... There we go. So you can see I'm getting all kinds of radiation. The reason I jumped into the pink stuff is I wanted to see if my suit took damage. Let me put my GCM back on, otherwise this radiation is gonna take forever and we don't want that. But like I said, I didn't see any crazy stuff in here. There are a lot of Carcinos though, so you'll have better odds of finding higher level Carcinos. But it doesn't look like I took any damage on my suit. But we'll have to do some more testing and try out some other suits to see if they take damage. Of course, like the hazard, I don't guess you really want to use that because that takes damage anyway, right? So that would be any good because as you use it, it starts to wear down. So I guess it really doesn't matter whether you have any type of suits in here except for that one. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. But anyways, so yeah, you find the same stuff. There are plenty of Ravagers up on top, but as you know, they do take damage. I didn't see any, what are they called? Basilisks? The big worm-looking things. That's what they're called, basilisks. Man, you can tell that I haven't been playing for a while. Okay, now one thing that I want you guys to know is right here. If you're just running up here, you're gonna have troubles getting beyond this point. Okay, so be aware of this. Let me try this over here and see if I can jump up there without my jetpack. Nope. See, I almost used my jetpack there. So yeah, so just be aware of this. I don't know why they did it like this. So if you don't have something that jumps like a Ravager, you may be in all kinds of trouble. Now I am going to show you basically at what point you start taking damage. So let me take off the GCM once again, and then I'll start inching in there. So that way you are aware of where it starts. There we go. Sounds like something busted. So, and then that little thing is off. So here we are. And it's gonna be up. Okay, it happened a little sooner than I expected it, but there you go. So just keep a mental picture of where that was. I guess where the grass ends, that's where I would stop. I wouldn't go any further. Or if you are taking a Ravager down there, for whatever reason, make sure that you have the suit that keeps them protected so they won't take any radiation. And I know that there is another entrance to this, and it should be fairly close, but you know, let's look around. There are plenty of areas where you can get the gas, those little gas bowls, and you can see the mole rat down there, and they're having it out. It doesn't look like they put any anything in this map though, because I haven't seen any gachas, which the reason that came up to my mind is because, of course, extinction, where you can find gachas. So it would be nice if they added them in here, because I'm pretty sure that they did add the owls, I think, but I'll have to look. I thought I saw some, but I could be wrong. So, you know, I'm not 100% sure about that, but so I'm not gonna say for sure, but I know that they're not gonna add any mana armors. And I also haven't seen any griffins. Okay, so I don't know if they're in here or not. So this is definitely gonna change the dynamic for PvP a little bit, because there are a lot of things that you can't have, or at least it will on the official until they change that, of course. And this is the other entrance, I believe, because what gives it away is the big ring, the metal ring, or half ring, like I said before. And I don't have GCM on, so I know that we will start getting radiation here soon, but let me get the coordinates so that you know exactly where we are at. And there we go, 50.1 by 63.5, or looks like 50.0. We were right at the area where it changes. But let's go down, and as soon as we get... Oh, there it is. It didn't take long, did it? Okay, we don't want any part of that. We gotta go into GCM mode in order to go down there. But like I said, it's not all that big. I didn't see any beavers spawn, so that may be an issue if you have to go all the way to the top. And luckily they're not that far from where we came in. But as you can see, there are some of those spinos in that water. That water was pretty big. I don't imagine that the beavers would spawn there if they are gonna put them in here. But everything else is pretty much the same as Aberration, I think. There's plenty of that fungus stuff, wood type stuff. But I'm gonna show you where the exit is for the other side, not where we came from, but the other side. But just kind of take in the view here. And as soon as you see these floating looking chunks of rock, then you know that you are close to the exit, but it's not that way. It's actually this way. See, they get a little tricky there. But what I'm gonna do is I am going to fly over this way just to show you. This is to make sure that you know 29 by 65.7 or 0.8. That way you know that you are headed the correct way. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and land and just kind of run a bit so that way you guys can see what's in this little particular area. There's going to be a lot of Ravagers. I'll just go ahead and touch ground over here, and because my controls seem to be having a little trouble. There we go. At least we can still run. And that sounded like a raptor. So I guess if you want the glowing dinos, you can come down here. There's some Ravagers there. And this is like a little T here. If we go back this way, it's just a dead end. So you have to go this way. Just keep on going up. And we are going to come out close to the lake. Man, it's hard to see sometimes, but see how we're starting to lag already? It's because we're starting to get closer to the entrance. And there's like a little transition period there. So that tends to happen when you are getting out of caves, as we all know. But also, one thing that you must be sure of is if you're flying close to this area, make sure you don't fly too low or you're gonna get bumped off. Of course, you don't have to worry too much about it if there's nothing dangerous. As you can see here, we have herbivores. So it's not that big a deal. 37.9 by 57.6. But you will get bumped off. Like I said, you cannot fly in here. The one thing I did notice is there's certain places that you can fly. Not in here, but there are other places that I found that you can fly. I don't know if that's going to help us very much for this specific area, but I don't want to give away too much. You guys will just have to wait until we show that part. But Vixen and I will be starting our little series because we want to go ahead and finish this out. Now I'm gonna fly back to where we started, and I'm doing it on the top just so that way you can see, basically orient yourself. And so green ob is to our right, and I know that this is a little hard to see, but we are technically going straight east from where we came out. And this will take you right to that spot. So it's pretty much a straight shot. Let's go ahead and speed this up a bit so that way, guess it'll take us a while. Just a lot of wasted time. Alright, so here we are. Now that we are close to the, what is that called? I think it's called, I know that we're somewhere around the jungle, but I think it's called the something canyon, Green Canyon maybe. We are really close to that, and that's gonna be an important area for us because this is where we're gonna build, because that puts us really close to this entrance. Oh, I'm still too far out. I guess we'll have to make sure that the green letters come on. There we go. All right, here it comes. All right, so there you go. That's the tour, and that's pretty much it for this video. So until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.